Hello everyone, my name is Alexis. I'm not a type 3A, 3B, 3C, or type 4A, 4B, 4C. I am all of them. Yes, all of the curl patterns. Comment down below if you're like me and have more than just one curl pattern. I first noticed it a few years ago. It never bothered me until YouTubers changed the natural hair world. People started focusing more on the numbers instead of whether someone was kinky, coily, or curly. My hair has been natural my entire life. It's never been chemically treated or colored. However, I did struggle with heat damage through 6th to 8th grade. I straightened my hair consistently and you can see that my texture changed. And then throughout high school, I put more research, time, and effort into my hair and the texture reverted back to its original. So let me give you my best tips for finding the best curly hair routine. Because it's hard out there for people with multiple patterns. I would describe my hair as inconsistent, resilient, and dry. I refer to my hair as inconsistent because of the difference in the different patterns that I have, and also because sometimes products or techniques work and other times they don't. I call my hair dry because no matter what amount of moisture I put into it one day, a few days later it is visibly drier. My hair is resilient because now when I do straighten it, which is not very often, I don't see any damage after, and I think that it can withstand heat or a lot of manipulation now. My first tip for having multiple patterns in your hair is to tend to the tighter pattern. For example, the front of my hair is much looser than the back, but I would rather the front get more attention than it needs than attend to the front and the back gets neglected because it can lead to damage. I found out I had multiple hair patterns when my hair was reverting back from its heat damage and the back of my hair was a lot tighter than the front. It was definitely something new because it was the first time that I was taking care of my own hair rather than my mom, and it was a little confusing because I didn't know which products to use or to tend to which texture. I dealt with it by just focusing on one of the patterns, the tighter pattern, so that the rest of it would just kind of fall in line. My second tip would be to use stretching methods to stretch the tighter part of your hair so that it could be more even throughout or appear more even. For example, I would use maybe a low bun to lightly stretch it, or use a banding method where I apply 3 or 4 rubber bands throughout my hair. So far, because of COVID, I haven't been very active on campus. But college has given me the space to really do more research about my hair and put more time into it. I was accepted into NYU probably because of my SAT and ACT scores. I scored a 1460 on the SAT and a 34 on the ACT. I also worked really hard throughout high school and I achieved a 4.9 GPA. So I think that my academics took me most of the way, but also my personal essay to the college probably helped as well. Multiple curl patterns does increase the time of wash day, but currently my hair is flourishing and it's not cutting into my study time. I prefer definition as a result of my wash and go, so my third tip would be to use a method like finger coiling. Finger coiling is usually my go-to method for more definition because it's the quickest way to achieve definition. And I usually just take, my hair is usually in the middle part, but I take the front pieces and twist it around, and that way it's a little more uniform, the shape of my hair. My fourth tip is hydration, which is the most important step in the entire routine. For my hair, it's very difficult to hold moisture, so it's especially important for me to get as much moisture and water involved in the application of my products. I've also noticed that the areas of my hair, which would be the back, with tighter curl patterns before were not getting as much moisture as the front, and the reason that it was performing differently was because it was being neglected. I think that the back of our hair is the easiest place to neglect because when we style our hair in the mirror, we're more focused on the front and we can't really see the back, so we don't usually pay as much attention to it. My final tip would be acceptance. It's commonly said that everyone's hair is different, and it's cliche, but it's true. It's so easy for us as naturals to call our hair messy or unkept, unprofessional, but in reality, every pattern, every shape, and every length of our hair is beautiful. So embrace the difference in your textures and rock it. Usually my hair is very frizzy after a wash and go. I can never really get it super defined, and it also is not very shiny and it looks dry. And I think that the difference here is probably the gel that really got the hold without making it super crunchy, and also the technique using tools instead of just allowing it to air dry. Thank you for watching, and if you know someone with multiple hair patterns that might be interested in this video, please share it with them. And don't forget to subscribe because you already made it to the end of the video, so you might as well. Have a wonderful day and don't forget to hit that like button. Bye!